Hi, this is Dad Beck. Here to talk to you about the parable of uh, the rich man who was fool. And this is a parable about a gentleman whose property harvest of his fields was so great that and so abundant that he thought to himself, "Well, I'll just build big barns and store all this abundant harvest away." And and I will be able to relax and take it easy for from now on. And I'll say to my soul, relax, take thine ease. You have so much laid up for many many days. And in this parable, Jesus says that he's a fool because this night his soul is required of him. What is it to have a soul? Your soul is really how you define what it is that you collect, what it is that you like, what is your purpose in life, what is your goal in life. Uh, that's a big, big part of what your soul is about, how you identify and see yourself and in day to day living. Part of the reason we're told to pray that give us this day our daily bread is that we don't think into the future so far, and we don't think into the future to where we're worried about what we're going to eat or what we're going to put on, and we're not so worried about those things in the future that we become greedy in the present. We don't address and balance the needs of those around us and ourselves, uh, but instead are just only concerned about our own needs, because the soul needs to find its own value within itself, and it needs to see that value also in the eyes of those around us. And so we need to be valuable to ourselves for our soul, but we need to be valuable to others for our soul also. Abraham did that. Abraham was the name was made the father. His name was called Father because he was a father to many. He didn't have any children of his own until he was quite way older, until he was like 90 or 100 years old. But that didn't stop him from being a father figure to a lot of people around him. So much so that he saw his purpose and his soul as being one who cared about the orphans and the widows and the stranger that nobody else was caring for. And it's about being having hospitality and but really about having compassion. And when you have compassion and hospitality and responsibility and purpose, that is a sign of a healthy living soul. And when you remove all of those reasons for living, uh, you shut down your soul. You don't let your soul exist. Uh, and this is what happened to the story, the parable of the rich man whose property had produced such a great harvest that he said to himself, "I'm going to build bigger barns. I'm going to store all of this grain. I'm going to store everything, and I'm going to lay it up for myself for many, many, many days so that I won't have anything to do but just play all the time and take it easy." And, basically, he was just going to satisfy his greed and worry about the future. He was going to stop worrying about anything at all. And part of his attitude was that God wasn't a part of his life. That God wasn't taking care of him. He was going to take care of himself, and so he eliminated his need for God. and he eliminated his need for purpose, and he basically eliminated his need for himself, because everything that he was up to that point, all those goals he felt had been met, and there was no purpose and no reason anymore. And so that's the wisdom of this parable, is to understand how our soul works, and the importance of having a soul, and the importance of having a life that's purpose driven, hinges on having a healthy soul. And so the parable says, thou fool, because he made these plans, thou fool, this night your soul is required of you. And there's another comment that Jesus made. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? And I think that's also a very similar example, that the soul is related to our living a life with purpose and our having goals that we want to achieve. And to remove all the purpose and goals within our life is not really living. And that's the scary part. So I hope you like that interpretation of the parable of the rich man who was a fool. And please subscribe to more and listen to more of the parables as I present them here, if you will, if you're interested in that. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And that's all for today. Bye now.